Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. And you listen to the full video of I Fly Away Live. I Fly Away Live. So, um, video 3, I didn't leave y'all that many dreams, but hopefully when we finish up this one, that I leave you some dreams. So, of course, the books. Banned for the Bible, Jubilee, Hasher, and Enoch. Hasher first. From the time we left the garden until we went to the promised land the first time. Jubilee, the prophecy, everything that was going to happen to us. From the time we left the garden until this day, Enoch, everything that was going to happen to the world and to us from generation to generation. From the time we left the garden until this day. So Apocrypha, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, everything is in that book. Prophecy. The Testament of Solomon, those are the demons. You got to know the demons. And with Hollywood, what those fake Jews are doing. Testament of the 12 Patriarchs, that's me. Elijah, to turn the horse back to the children the horse back into the fathers. That's why I'm here. That's Malachi chapter 4. And those verses. Okay, and all those books makes up this. The Holy Bible. So now you know where the Holy Bible comes from. All right. The Testament. This is not by might nor by power. This is the message that the Lord gave to me, and I gave it to different people. A lot of people have that message. I hope that you know. And like I said, I go over the message every now and then. I go through something in the message. The Gnostic Gospel, Thomas, Mary, and John. A lot of information of that the Lord God left us, and what Jesus said, man, you should really get into that. Okay, you know I usually have 2 dreams, and in the last video, I didn't give you that many dreams, but I hope that I did give you 2 in the last video in part 3. Now this is part 4, and I hope you be patient with me and understand that I'm not trying to impress nobody, not for a dollar or just trying to do what thus said the Lord, for you to have the truth, to know the truth. Whether you accept it or reject it, and that's what you know in the 3rd video, whether you accept it or reject it, what is my job is to warn you and to tell you what is to come, and try my best to turn your hearts back into knowing the fathers and your inheritance. This is your inheritance. The 12 fathers left you inheritance. And so learn of your inheritance, man. Your inheritance is an everlasting inheritance. Inheritance that comes from the Lord God himself. So you should know those things. All right. So where we left off at last time, we left off and we was reading in the Apocrypha and truth story. So you know when I tell you the true story, you know it's about. True story means that happened to me in the flesh. So in this book, let's see, I'm off the book where we started at. We're still in chapter 7. We're still in chapter 7. So, chapter 7. So this book here, the Apocrypha. I got the Apocrypha. I can't remember who I was listening to, who told me of the Apocrypha, but I know it the Lord God. So I had purchased the Apocrypha, and I was on page 113, and it's the prayer of Manasseh. That's the way I was at, and so I took it and I had just put it before me, just like I have it before me now. But I had took that book and put it before me. And I said, man, that book can't be true. And so, man, as soon as I said that, man, the spirit raised up in that book and just came up. Man, boy, you talking about, so I couldn't even believe it. Man, I was wondering what that was. The spirit had just raised up for that book. And I was reading the prayer of Manasseh because I thought it wasn't true because, you know, Manasseh is why we're here, because we had sinned. And the Lord God said because of Manasseh caused the children of Israel to sin. Let's see if we can find that all right fast. Don't worry, man. Man, about now you should be patient with me, man. Manasseh. And he caused the children of Israel to sin. Let me see if I can put down Israel's sin. let's see what they're gonna come to. Israel sinned. Manasseh is the one who calls us to sin. I think it's in Jeremiah. What we had in Jeremiah? All right. Let me see. I'm gonna try it again. Manasseh had caused Israel to sin. So they've been trying to get us to sin, man. They've been trying to break us up, man. Them people have been trying, man. We're so strong, and know everybody. It's not in there neither. So everybody. Let's see if I can remember. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 17. I think it's in 17. Jeremiah chapter 17. And say, I have it on this paper here. Jeremiah chapter 17 or Jeremiah chapter 18. So let's go to chapter 18 first. We're going to Jeremiah chapter 18. Let's see if it's there. Jeremiah chapter 18. No, that's the potter's house. That's the potter's. That's the resurrection. The potter's, when he talk about Jeremiah, talking about the valley of dry bones, that's talking about the potter's house. That's talking about the resurrection. Yep. Let me see. And this is how we know. And this, when the Lord God showed me when the Lord God showed me about the Sabbath day, and the Lord God showed me about His covenant. The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron, and a point of a diamond is written upon the table of their hearts and upon the horns of your altars. And so that's when I found out that who we were. That's when I learned that that we are from the tribe of Judah, and that we are Israel. Now, you could be from another tribe, but you're of Israel. All right, and this is why we was put into slavery. And then I learned why we was put into slavery. So we're gonna start at Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 20. And he said unto me, hear the word of the Lord, ye kings of Judah, and all of Judah, and inhabitants of Jerusalem, that enter by these gates. Thus saith the Lord, take heed to yourself, and bear no burden on the Sabbath day, nor bring the gates of Jerusalem. Neither carry forth the burden out of your houses on the Sabbath day, neither do ye any work, but hallow ye the Sabbath day as I commanded your fathers. So everybody before us kept the Sabbath day. But they obeyed not, neither inclined their ear, but made their neck stiff, that they might not hear nor receive instruction. And it shall come to pass, if you diligently hearken unto me, say the Lord, and bring no burden through the gates of this city on the Sabbath day, but hallow the Sabbath day, and to do no work therein, then shall there enter into the gates of the city kings and princes sitting upon the throne of David, riding in chariots and on horses, and they prince and the men of Judah, inhabitants of Jerusalem, and the city shall remain forever. So that's when I learned that what we had to need, what we needed to do, and why we was put into slavery. It shall come to pass in the city of Judah, from the places about Jerusalem, the land of Benjamin, from the plain, from the mountains, from the south, bringing burnt offerings and sacrifice, meat offering, incense, and bring a sacrifice of praise. See, bring a sacrifice of praise unto the house of the Lord. So that, but if you would not hearken unto me, hallow the Sabbath day, and not to bring and bear a burden and enter into the gates of Jerusalem on the Sabbath day, then I will kindle a fire in the gates thereof, and shall devour the palaces of Jerusalem, and it should not be quenched. So that's when I learned that why we was put into slavery, and because we had broke the everlasting covenant. All right, and so now I'm trying to find out Manasseh, because Manasseh has something to do with that. Yes, Manasseh has something to do with that. So Manasseh caused Israel to sin. He did. Uh, I'm trying to find. Manassas. Let's see if it's not. We'll find something. Nope, it's not in there. So I'm trying to find it, trying to get it together. So you know if I'm talking, I'm looking for it. You know if I'm talking, I'm looking for it. All right, let's see. Manasseh, Ephraim. So you know what Manasseh was? Manasseh was because he was a twin brother. Manasseh and Ephraim both were born unto Joseph, and both of them have their special place in Israel. Yeah, they have a special place in Israel because they are the firstborn. You call them the firstborn because they're the firstborn of repentance. Yeah, they were born until Asenath, Joseph's wife. And Joseph's wife repented with her whole heart. And the 7 virgins of repentance, the 7 pillars of repentance, that's what, when they talk about that, that's what they talk about. They talk about, when they talk about that, they talk about Joseph's wife. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Manasseh, Ephraim, Manasseh. Yep. All right, let me see. I'm trying to find it, really am. All right. Okay. Here we go. We see. Jeremiah chapter 15. Jeremiah chapter 15. Just try to give it to you. Then said the Lord to me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be towards this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, they say unto thee, whether shall we go forth? And thou shalt say unto them, thus say the Lord, such as for the debt to the debt, such as for the sword to the sword, and such as for the famine to the famine, and such as to the captivity to the captivity. All right. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, say the Lord, the sword to slay, the dogs to tear, the fowls of heaven and beasts of earth to devour and destroy them. Stop right there. When you're looking at reading the book of Revelation, and they talk about how the dogs devour Jezebel, that's part of it. All right, let's go. And I will cause them to be moved into all the kingdoms of earth because of Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah, the king of Judah, for that which he had did in Jerusalem. For who shall have pity upon them, O Jerusalem? Who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest, how thou doest? Thou hast forsaken me, said the Lord, thou art gone backwards. Therefore I will stretch out my hand against thee and destroy thee. I am weary with repenting. And I will fan them with the fan in the gates of the land. I will bereave them of children. I will destroy my people, since they return not from their ways. Their widows are increased to be above the sand of the sea. I brought upon them against the mother of young men a spoiler at noonday. And I have caused them to fall upon it suddenly, and terror upon the city. Let me stop right there. Dream I had. In a dream, man, I was standing up, and I had, and then I knew then that I was a prophet of the Lord. Not just a prophet, one of his major prophets. Why? Why I knew I was one of the prophets of the Lord? Because of this. I saw the dark clouds rolling in. And when I saw the dark clouds rolling in, I was standing up there with a white robe on. Well, it wasn't totally white. It was, it was white. It was kind of dingy, but I knew it was a white robe. And I had my staff in my hand. And then, man, them dark clouds started rolling in. Man, them dark clouds started rolling in. They had a little boy there. I can't remember all the dream. Maybe I written it down. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. And but I don't think I written down. Boy, them dark clouds started rolling in. The next thing you know, man, let me think. The dark clouds started rolling in, and then all the evil and the wickedness that the Lord said that it. I can't say evil. The judgment had came in when the dark clouds started rolling in. So when it says spoil at noonday, that's what I saw. She shall have borne 7 languishes. She have given up the ghost. Her son is gone down while it is yet day. And so it was dark. Man, the dark cloud and turned dark. She has been ashamed and confounded, and the residue of them shall be delivered to the sword before the enemy, say the Lord. Woe is me, my mother, that thou hast borne a man of strife, and a man that of contention to the whole world. I have neither lent on usury, nor a man have lent me on usury, yet every one of them do curse me. The Lord said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in a time of evil, in a time of affliction. Shall iron break the northern iron in the steel? Thy suffering, thy treasure will I give to a sparrow without price, and that for all thy sins, even to all thy borders. Okay. And I'll make thee to pass with thy enemies to a land which thou knewest not. For fires kindle me in my anger, which shall burn upon you. O Lord, thou knowest, remember me and visit me, and revenge me of my persecutors. Take me not away in long suffering, and know that for thy sake I have suffered rebuke. And so then you know the rest of it. Go read. That's Jeremiah chapter 15. All right. So now that's Manasseh, and that's one reason why we went to slavery. So when I read that part of the Apocrypha, man, I was like, man, it was good. Thought it wasn't good. Then that spirit came out, because that's the prayer of Manasseh, the king of Judah, when he had hold him captive in Babylon, and he prayed and he repented of all his sins, and God heard his prayer. And so, man, so I know that this book is real. All right, let's go. The Spirit of the Lord is in this book. So we stop at verse 45. All right, then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that have gotten from the victory. I answered, then I say, I'm still trying to think. I answered, then I say, this is my first and the last saying, that it has been better not to have been given to the earth unto Adam, or else when it was given to have restrained him from sinning. For what profit is for a man now in this present time to live in heaviness, and after death to look for punishment? O thou Adam, what hast thou done? O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, no, I say though. It say though. Don't say through. Say though it was thou that hast sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that comes up there fall along, but we all that come of thee. For what profit is unto us, if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the work that bring death? Okay. And there is a promise on us, an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves forgive me. And for there is a promise us, an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves being most wicked are made vain. Let me stop there for a minute. Like I told you, I'm not the best of readers, but if you can, because I had floaters, and I know them floaters hit a certain spot and change the whole world, the whole word. But y'all, man, y'all know you should be able to read better than me, because most y'all have eyes 20/20 and don't have floaters. Okay, and that there are laid up for us a dwelling of health and safety, whereas we have lived wickedly, and that the glory of the Most High is kept, kept to defend them which have led a weary life, whereas we have walked in the most wicked ways of all, and that there should be showed a paradise whose fruit endureth forever, wherein the security and medicine, since we should not enter into it. All right, I'll read that again. And that there should be showed a paradise whose fruit endureth forever, wherein is security and medicine, since we should not enter into it. For we have walked in unpleasant places, and that the face of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars, whereas our faces should be blacker than darkness. For while we live in committed iniquity, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. Then answered he me and said, This is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. So, like they keep telling you now, we're soldiers in the army of the Lord. Let's read it again. It's just the same thing. Then answered he me and said, This is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. That if he overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. For this is life, whereas Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, Choose thee life, and thou mayest live. Nevertheless, they believed not him, nor yet the prophets after him, no, nor me, which had spoken unto them, that they should not be such heaviness in their destruction, as shall be joy over them that are persuaded to salvation. I answered then and said, I know, Lord, that the Most High is called merciful, and that he hath mercy upon which are not yet come into the world, and upon those also that turn to his law, and that he is patient and long-suffering, those that have sinned as his creatures, those who have sinned as his creatures, and that he is bountiful, he is ready to give where is needed, and that he is of great mercy, for he multiplied more and more mercies to them that are present, and that are past, and also to them which are to come. For if he should not multiply his mercy, the world would not continue with them that inherit therein. And he pardoneth, for if he did not so of his goodness, that they which have committed iniquity might be eased, of them. The 10,000th part of man should not remain living. A 10,000 part of man should not remain living. And being judged, if he should not forgive out of the multitude of contentions, there should be a very few left pre-adventure, an innumerable multitude. There should be left. All right, then we're going to chapter 9. I told you the world gonna be inhabited, man. Y'all worry about the wrong thing, man. The world gonna be inhabited. Ain't nobody coming getting you to fly you away to some distant planet. That's the lie, bro. That is a lie. All right, chapter 9. And he answered me, saying, The Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. He had made the world now for many, but the world to come for few. See, the world gonna be inhabited, man. All that foolishness them people tell you. I will tell you a similitude, elders, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that it giveth much mold whereof earthen vessels are made, but the little dust that gold cometh of, even so is the course of this present world. So that's why I tell you, when T.G. Jakes them, the potter's house and all that man don't know nothing about the potter's house. No, he doesn't. Doesn't know nothing about it. Man, I'm not. Anyway, there be many created, but few shall be saved. I'll read it again. There be many created, but few shall be saved. My nose is itching, man. My nose is so bad. I don't know who want to see me, but I know it happens. So answer I and say, Swallow them down, O my soul, understand and devour wisdom. For thou hast agreed to give ear, and art willing to prophesy, for thou hast no longer space than only to live. O Lord, if thou suffer not thy servant, that we may pray before thee, and thou give us seed unto our house, and culture to our understanding, that we may come fruit of it. How shall each man live that is corrupt, who bear the place of a man. For thou art alone, and we all one workmanship of thy hand, like as thou hast said. All right. So let's go back. I'm gonna tell you. Chapter 8. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 8, verse 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High had made this world for many, but the world to come for few. So that's why it said, many are called, but few are chosen. Man, so powerful stuff. So now when you start reading Esdras and you go back to the Bible, just like all these books, I read to you and then go and show you to you where it's at in the Bible. So the Bible came from somewhere. It did. It came from somewhere, and that's what it is. So now we now two things. Well, a lot of things you should know about. You know that the law of wilderness. Okay. You gotta listen to the book of Adam and Eve. Man, you find out so much information if you listen to it. Don't just listen to the book once and miss something. Go back and listen to the book again, and buy the book and read the book. And that's why I had to get the Apocrypha in the Testament of the Demons, Testament of Solomon, because I'd like to go and study it and find out what's really going on. So now we're going to find out something else. Find out something else, and then we'll go from there. All right. Man, my nose itching so bad, man. Oh, man. All right. We're going to go to wilderness. The wilderness. The wilderness. The Lord God coming back and take it. And when he come back and take it, that's what he's taking you to the wilderness. Yeah. And so that's what he's doing. All right. Let's see. Isaiah chapter 35. The wilderness and solitary place should be glad for them, and the desert should rejoice and blossom as a rose. So let me see if that's chapter 34. And he hath cast a lot for them, and his hand hath divided unto them by line. They shall possess it forever, from generation to the generation that dwell with it. So that's the law of God. They shall call the nobles out to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all princes shall be nothing. And the thorn shall come up in her place, needles and brambles in the fortress thereof, and it shall be an habitation of dragons. Oh, I heard the voice told me. You know, you hear things in a dream. Sometimes you just hear things you don't see in a dream. And it said, Dragon is evil and wicked. It didn't say dragon. It said Dragon is evil and is wicked. Okay. And the thorn shall come up and place needle, brambles in the fortress thereof, and it shall be an habitation of dragons in the coast of owl. The wild beasts of the devil shall also meet with the wild beasts of the owls, and the satyr shall cry for his fellow, and the shriek owl also shall rest down and find herself a place where. There shall be a great owl make her nest and lay and hatch and gather under her shadow. There shall vultures also be gathered, every one with her mate. Seek you out the book of the Lord and read it, and let no one of these shall fail, nor shall want her mate, for my mouth it hath command, and his spirit it hath gathered them. And he had cast the lots for them, and his hand had divided unto them by line. They shall possess it forever and ever, from generation to generation. So that's the law of God, gonna divide. You know, man, I'll lay. All right, here you go. I'll read this to you. Isaiah chapter 34. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, his fury upon all the armies. He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. Their carcass also should be cast out, and their stank should come up out of their carcass, and the mountains should be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven should be dissolved, and the heavens should be rolled together like a scroll, like I told you in what I seen in a dream. And all their hosts shall fall down. Man, I seen those what you call meteorites or something falling to the earth. That's the leaves falling off the vine and the falling of fig from the fig tree. For my sword should be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idemir and upon the people of my curse to the judgment. And the sword of the Lord filled with blood, and made fat with fattening, with the blood of lambs and goat, with the fat of kidney of ram. For the Lord had a sacrifice in Basra, and great slaughter in the land of Idemir. And the unicorn shall come down with them, the bullocks with the bulls, and land shall be soaked with blood, and the dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord, vengeance, the year of recompense, the controversy of Zion. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof to brimstone, and the land thereof shall become a burning pitch. So I done went over all that. So that's really the Lord cleaning off the land for us. And man, He's going to clean off Isaiah 40 chapter. Isaiah chapter 40 verse 3. The voice that cried in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord, straight in the desert, and the highway of our God. Every valley should be exalted, every mountain hill should be made low, a crooked should be made straight, and a rough places plain. And the glory of the Lord should be revealed, and all flesh should see it together, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken it. So that's the great day of the Lord, man. Lord told you, when He come back, He have to come back and get us, like He did before in Egypt, because these people have made plans for many people, started robbing and stealing from you and give you crumbs, and they take the food and give you crumbs, man. If the Lord God don't come and deliver you, man, them people have plans to keep you like this for, and really their plans are, after they get their robots and all these demons and everything, really planning to do you just like what Hitler did, to kill you. Yeah. Then they show you like they tried to do Father Abraham, like they did Moses, like they did Jesus. Come on, man. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. All right, let's go. Well, I don't have to keep telling you that. So now you should know by now that the earth should be inhabited. Now let's read that just one more time. And it told you He made the earth to be inhabited. That's what He said. That's what the Lord said. Let me see, inhabited. All right, let's look at that one more time. Inhabited. He made the earth to be inhabited. So let's see. Forgive me. Let's see. Earth inhabited. Green my head. And all right. Isaiah 45:18. For thus saith the Lord that created the heaven, God Himself that formed the earth and made it. He has established. He created it not in vain. It is found to be inhabited. I am the Lord, and there are none else. So that's what He says. That's what He's doing. That's Isaiah chapter 45, verse 18. Ezekiel chapter 26 and 20. Ezekiel, when I shall bring thee down with them that descend into the pit, with the people of old times, shall set thee in low parts of earth, in places desolate of old, when them that go down to the pit, that thou be not inhabited, and I shall set my glory in the land of the living. So the earth is going to be inhabited. And I shall set my glory in the land of the living. So the earth is going to be inhabited, man. The Lord God coming to take us back and say, where I am, that way you should be over. Dream my head. in New Orleans had this place called Smile. It's a restaurant. And man, they used to go there and eat and do their wickedness. Because what they do, when people that work in the CBD and all them folk, well, they go there and eat at lunchtime. And especially on Friday, so they're going to do their hookup that night or whatever. You know, they fornication, adultery, but they used to go there and eat during lunchtime on Friday. People have never changed. Whether it's a restaurant called Smiley's or whatever restaurant, it's still the same thing. Jezebel taught them that. Not just Jezebel, Baal too. That fornication. What she did was she taught them to commit fornication. After commit fornication, they sacrificed, they ate. The abomination, they ate. And the same thing with Baal and Baalite. I show you that with Phinehas, where Phinehas. Can't think of his name now. The cartoon Phinehas. Well, anyway, what happened was we have to sin. I read that to you. We the ones have to sin. Can't nobody destroy it. We have to destroy ourselves. So what he did, he got all the harlots, all them harlots out media, and sent them on them, boy. They started messing with them harlots, started sinning, and one of them bought one of them harlots in the temple. And boy, Phinehas took that spirit and ran them both through, and then the plague stopped. Yep, that's a world where the earth opened up and swallowed so many. I read that too. But anyway. Talking about Smile at the restaurant. So, man, we talking about they had a whole lot of tables set out there, and boy, them people was eating. You know, like man and woman was eating at these tables. The next thing I know, bro, that moon. I seen that moon and that red dragon. This was my second time. I think it's my second time seeing the dragon. But he had the group, and man, that red dragon. It looked like a dragon on Kung Fu Panda, the third movie, where they had that imitation dragon, and he was inside that dragon. Well, that's what the Lord showed me. But this was like in my dream, and it was no Kung Fu Panda. Man, that dragon came, bro, and swallowed up that moon. Turned that moon to red. That's what it did. Turn that moon to red. Yeah, that's what I saw. Man, Lord God be showing me all that. That's why I be telling you, man. I done seen it. I done seen it. So now we understand that the Lord God coming back to get us, and I seen that too, man. I'll give you one part, just one little part, one little part. The one little part that I give you is that it's about Judah. It's about Judah, man, and Lord God first had showed me I had seen the delicate people. Like I told you in another one of my videos, he had showed me Barbara Bush. And he told me delicate people. Then he showed me Barbara Bush. So he said delicate people, white folks. And that's why he told these people seed are not pure. These seed, they are not the prosperity. Them Jews over there, man, they come from Esau, man. Them people are not pure. Our seed only pure seed and haven't been contaminated. But what then happened is, like you said, what then happened is that our folks run behind the white bull. And that's in the book of Enoch, how they going to run behind the white bull. First they ran behind the red bull, and now they're running behind the white bull, which is what? A white man. Come on, man. Come on. But so anyway, so the Lord showed me. Man, I was so happy. Man, I seen the angel of the Lord came and showed me Judah returning. Boy, I was so happy. I said, they returned. I turned to the angel. They returned it just like that. Man, I was so happy to see Judah returning. And we marched over there. There wasn't nobody, no law God, no God come and take us or fly away, man. We had to march over there. And man, it was beautiful. Like you said, that's how you come and get us. He coming back and get us. Just like that, bro. Yeah. So that's what's going on. Let me read this to you. This This is Enoch chapter 106 and this is verse 12. I, Enoch, answered, said to him, the Lord will do a new thing on earth, and this I have already seen in a vision, to make known to you in the generation of my father Jared, son of the angels, have violated the word of the Lord, and they committed sin and broke the law, and have had sex, uniting themselves with women, and committed sin with them, and have married some of them, and have children by them. All right, so that's when the evil angels, and they shall produce on earth giants not according to thy spirit, according to the flesh, and there should be great punishment on earth, and the earth should be cleansed from all this iniquity. That was the first destruction. So that's what Enoch has saw, and that's when he started doing the new thing. So that's where we come from. We gonna be circumcised. That's the new thing, circumcised in the heart, and that's the New Testament. So you're gonna have both there. Both of them gonna be there. The Old and the New Testament gonna be there. Yeah, you're gonna have before the flood, and you're gonna have after the flood. You're gonna have before the law of God and after Jesus was crucified. You're gonna have the first man and the second man. Come on, man. Come on. All right, here are the bulls. And then you got this is chapter 85. Chapter 85. The book of Enoch, chapter 85. And after this I saw another dream. I will show the whole dream to you, my son. And Enoch lifted up his voice and spoke to his son Methuselah. And I will speak to you, my son. Hear my words and incline your ear to the dream vision of your father. And before I married and took your mother Edna, I saw in a vision on my bed, and behold, a bull came out from the earth, and the bull was white. And after it came out a heifer, along with this the latter came out two bulls, one of them black and the other one red. So that was the three bulls, the two bulls, one white, one red. That was man, what I was gonna say. The red bull is Esau, and the black bull is Jacob. And the black bull goes to red and pursued him all over earth. Then I could no longer see the red bull, but the black bull grew, and the heifer went with him. And I saw many other oxen proceed with him, resembled and followed him. And the cow, the first, went from the presence of the first bull in order to seek the red one, but found him not, and mourned with great lamentation and sought him. So that, man, these black women at one time, that's all they wanted was red men, man. I tell you, I lived through, I didn't see them. Boy. And I looked until the first bull came to her and quieted, calmed her. From that time on, when she cried no more. Then after she bore another white bull, and after him she bore many bulls and black cows. And I saw in my sleep that the white bull likewise grew and became a great white bull, and from him proceeded many white bulls, and they resembled him, and they began to fall. The many white bulls was resembling and one followed another. Yeah, that's what they did. And again I looked in my eyes and saw in heaven above the stars fell from heaven arose, and a pasture ruled with those oxen and bulls. So that's what they did. So now that's what they want. White bull, but it's not a good bull. No, indeed. It's contaminated. It's destruction. I told you when Esau children had control over everything, then he didn't count. I read that to you, but I'm not going back over that. All right, let us see. Oh man, this is a demon dream. It's a demon dream. All right. Let's see if I can find this. I gotta read this. I gotta read this dream to you. Okay. So I had read that to you. Let's see. No, I was dreaming. All right, here's the dream that I woke. Cause this is happening right now, man. And I'm gonna explain it to you after I finish reading to you. Next dream, I was walking on Dante Street, that's a street, between Jeanette and Willow Street. And I passed this barrel and I had a red wire and a brass tip that looked like the tip of a stereo jack. Next, I seen and heard these three people talking. One appeared to be a female woman, dark or black, with jet black hair. And that was before I read I read the Testament of Solomon. And when Onasculus, that woman demon, came to her and had that black hair, that's how she looked. But I hadn't read that before I had the dream. To be a female, a dark, jet black hair. Her hair was jet black. Her skin was jet black. She was talking to one of the men as a friend, like to the other, was flirting like with her. They were walking and talking together. So they had one man, they had two men, but one of them was really going after, really flirting was. Oh yeah. Talking towards Green Street, and they was walking, coming back towards, they was coming back towards, it was coming back to the north. First it was in the south, and they started coming back to the north. That's how they was walking. Past this barrel again, started to pick it up, and I noticed one of the red wires was gone. And as the woman and the man were talking, I seen that the woman's arm had seemed to be removed, like, you know, from the elbow. Her arm seemed like to be. She had on dark colored clothes, and the jacket was black. She was being more. She was being more attentive to the man that was flirting with her. As I got in the front of my neighbor's house in the middle block between the streets of Green and Birch, I saw this politician sitting on his porch with a politician, getting names and whatsoever he needed. I said he see now to hear, as the woman. I say he see now. You gotta understand. Say he see now to. You don't have to. I might get this later, but right now I can't. That's all I can read. Like I told you, I do this early in the morning, half in, half out. But I have to write down something. I say see now to hate. I say he see now to hate, as the woman and men was still ahead in the same direction I was going in. But one of the men was gone, the one that was being a friend to her. The other, the one that was flirting with her, was still with her. Then I saw that her arm wasn't missing. And I said, oh, her arm wasn't missing. Next on Green Street, that's the block, walking into my house. And as I got closer to the gate, I looked in the sky and my left, and what would be southwest. And the sky was blue, but the nighttime blue. So the sky was blue, but it was like that night color blue, and it was full of white clouds, So I saw what looked like the moon full, but the moon was full, but it was clear white. It was clear white, yeah. The clouds appeared to be turning, and the moon seemed to be spinning slowly. But I said, I must be imagining things. So, just like I said, the clouds seemed to be turning. So you know how the clouds turn, and the moon was spinning. It was spinning fast. I mean, it was spinning, but it seemed to be spinning slowly. That's what it's feeling. The clouds appeared to be turning, and the moon seemed to be spinning slowly. But I said, I am imagining things. So when I got on my porch, I looked again. The moon was spinning. The cloud was going up and down, and turning upward and downward. So that's what was happening, man. I'm telling you, man. Then they start shouting. Then they start shooting out white beams. White beams. This wasn't This wasn't a moon, it was a ship, and the clouds was a ship because they started shooting out beams all also. So they had the cloud and the moon, and it just didn't look like that, but it was ships, was spaceships. Well, it says ships, spaceship, but you know them demon ships. And they had 3 women on my left looking, and other people everywhere looking also. And I said, it is happening. That's why I say it is happening. Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. I say it is happening. Wait a minute. All right, I say it is happening. And man, what I said was happening was the invasion. Them demons coming back. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. Hold up, I'm trying to see if I can find the last of that, because I'm not going to revisit that dream anymore. That's the end of that dream. I told you I have a lot of dreams about spaceships and creatures. Okay, I got ahead of myself as I was walking to the back. As I was walking in the block to my house, I saw the man which cut grass on a porch of this house that's being totally remodeled, renovated, and they are putting an addition on it. Now, during that time, the house is finished now. They got a for rent sign up on it. But during that time, they was barely starting on that house. Now, in a dream, he was standing on the porch in the mailbox and had a blue envelope in a big envelope. The house appeared to be finished and the people living in it. I must have an envelope in my box also because I thought it was the election season. So man, so the house is finished. And let me tell you something else. The reptile, man, you got these lizards now, because we used to have green chameleon lizards, but now these lizards are brown and black. I mean brown, I say brown and dark brown on the black on the back, and they're everywhere, man. They flooded everywhere in New Orleans, in our area anyway. I live close towards the river. And I mean, they flooded everywhere. But so far as this dream, what I'm telling you is that the house is finished. The house is finished, but no one is living in the house yet. No one is living in the house yet. So I'm looking for that to come to pass. I really am. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man, them demons are here. I keep trying to tell you, man, those demons are here. But people just going about musing all things. These people done lied about you to sleep. Oh yeah, Jesus told you it should be at the time of Noah, and that time is now. So all that thing what Jesus said happened, then happened. Only a few things left. This is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord of hosts. And I'm Elijah. Until next time.